what's going on, guys and gals? Dan the Man coming at you from the 60s Rule channel. And today we have another installment of Dioramas with Dan the Man. And I think this is episode number 4. And like I said in the previous videos, all dioramas, they depict a moment in time, or, just tell a little story, And this diorama all started with a group build, which was the brainchild of this guy over here, this cool dude, Paul from Styrene Relics. He came up with this idea of doing a group build based on a real race that's held once a year in Wildwood, New Jersey, and out in California. It's called the Race of Gentlemen, or THOG for short. And when he first started this group build, he threw the idea out there, and I said, boy, that's going to be really cool. I got to get into this group build, And unfortunately, Paul couldn't do it this year because, due to a health issue. So, Paul, if you're watching, man, we hope you're doing better, and we miss you, and we love you, brother, all right? And if you ever decide to do this group build again, you can count me in, all right? So, anyway, it's a race, and they use all vintage cars, right? Or bikes, too. I think motorcycles are involved as well. And they have to use all authentic parts, okay, on their vehicles, And what Paul did in this group build, he said you had to make one body modification on these on your vehicles, right? And he also assigned a number. Everyone was assigned a number. And I noticed in the the real races, you go on YouTube and just type in the Race of Gentlemen, and you get like dozens and dozens of videos, So most of the time they would paint them on it, so that's what I did. So how ironic this was, right? I'm doing a 32 Ford, and my number that Paul assigned me was 32. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so he said one body modification, and what I did was I took this C cab off of, I think it was the fruit wagon, and we threw that on there, and that was my body mod. And also I made some homemade louvers in the back over there, so I just threw those in there. Those are actually N-scale steps. They're stairs. I think I did a video on that, I mean, they're not really actual louvers like you see on the real cars, but, it's something different. Close enough. It's a simulation, but, yeah. And so what I decided to do, after I built this vehicle, I decided to make a diorama out of it. And I said, why not just, go for it, So, yeah. So let me take this off the stand here. We got a closer look at this guy over here. So, it's all banged up, rusted up, like most of the vehicles you see in the real race, And we got a flathead in there. And that carb setup there, I think they call that's the, I don't know if this camera's going to focus or not. There we go. It's Eddie Murray, or Eddie Murphy, or whatever. Eddie Murray, I think it is. Carb setup. He developed the dual carb intake on that, and that carb setup actually is a 3D printed part from Texas 3D Customs. I did a flathead on another build, and they gave you options, blower option or the carb option. So I decided to use the blower option, and this was left over here, and I decided to put it on this flathead. I thought it was pretty cool, just to give it a little more horsepower, I guess, And we threw some little headers on there, and I scratch built the pipes on the side over there. I think those are pin connectors over there, so we got that to work. We put a little patina on there, some diamond plate over there to fill in the wheel wells, and let's go around this way a little bit. Let me show you the inside of the cab. I think this is pretty cool. You see that shifter over there? That's actually a wrench. And I don't know where that steering wheel came from, but we got some gauges on the dash over there. And you can see here the base, right? The base, you hear that? That's actual sand, and I'll show you what I did. Like all my bases, I use this 1-inch foam board on here, right? And I put some of the spackling compound and just, roughed it up a little bit just to make it, simulate like a, beach sand, And then I also have this over here. This is, that's what it's called, beach sand. And that's actual sand in there. I mixed up folk art desert sand color and some water and some sand in the bottom. Well, we're going to shake it up, mix it up there. And you can see that's it's well blended in there. And what I did was I just brushed that along the surface after it was painted, and it's got that like that sandy texture on it. So that's actually real sand. And you can see I got some ruts over here I put in the sand. You can see that in the back over here. Let me move this out of the way. You can see that because, these cars have been racing up and down there, so they're going to leave a, a rut in the sand. So I just did that while the spackling was wet, and I just made little grooves in there and just, dry brush some darker colors in there, So that came out pretty good. And then I scratch built the pylon. That's all out of cardstock. So that was a neat little project right there. Of course, we got a flag girl. So I modified her too. I think she was she had a little sponge in her hand, like she's supposed to be washing the car. So I threw a flag in there. She's the flag girl. Got to have a flag girl, right? And I scratch built that flag too, out of I think it was a paper towel. And I doubled it up, make it a little thicker, and then I mixed up some I think it was Elmer's Glow and Water, And then when it dried, I folded it up like it's waving, So, yeah, we got some sand on the wheels here too. And you see the tires they use on the real race too. They put sometimes they'll put a bigger tread in there, so they get a better grip in the sand, because you can't use street tires, You just be spinning your tires all day. So, some of the guys put like a little truck tire on there. And they painted them all red over there. Got some white walls in the front, and then the front grille came out of the parts box. And that's what they did. These guys, when they just threw these things together, and like I said, they got to use all vintage parts, And I got some rust over there too. And yeah, really cool little diorama over here. And I want to thank Paul for coming up with this idea, man, because that was awesome, man. So I think that's about it, guys. It's a simple little diorama, but like I said, it tells a story, It depicts a moment in time, I had a blast doing this, and I just love putting these things together, dioramas, and I also love doing parts box build, Oh, let me show you the bottom of this thing. See over here, I got this tip from Rob Tibbetts. He always covers the undercarriage over here. And that's actually real aluminum from aluminum can. Yeah. I cut an aluminum can in half and I pressed it out and then I glued it in there and just gave it some patina. So that's how we did that. So yeah, neat little diorama over here, All right, guys and gals, I think that's about it over here. I hope you're enjoying this these installments of dioramas with Dan the Man. I got quite a few to show you, so I'll keep you guys entertained, I just love taking these, pulling these off the shelf and, revisiting these dioramas. They're really cool, All right, guys and gals, I'm out of here. Remember, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Guys, take care, be safe, and keep on building.